We're discussing about Azure AI Content Safety, using which you can detect the harmful data either from a user or from the AI generated content. It does support multimodal detection. Basically, like you can detect the harmful data from a text or in an image. It categorizes into 4 different categories: hate, self-harm, sexual and violence. It provides the security score 0 to 7. 0 to 3 it's considered as a safe, 4 to 5 it's considered as a medium, and the like 6 and 7 it's a. Now let's see how do we use it along with R. Because you see here I am importing some of the classes from Azure AI Content Safety. Now I have my own class here. It has a constructor. So in the constructor, I'm just getting the content safety endpoint and the access key based on which I'm creating a client here. And then like I have a method to analyze the text. So what it does is that the whatever the instance that we created using the constructor, it just uses that to get the content safety results. So whatever the content that you are going to pass, it is going to make a call to the content safety service that we created, and then like it is going to get the response back. So what we will do is that we will go through all these categories and see if any of the categories or score falls under the threshold that we have set. We set the threshold of 2. If anything falls under that, we will consider as a false. And then like if let's see. So as you see here, I also have a function called process user message, in which like I'm creating a project client, I'm creating an agent. Before I send the message to the agent, I just want to do the validation, like content safety check. So I'm just making a call to the analyze text, and the, like I'm passing the content, whatever it's being passed to this particular method, I'm passing the same. So basically like this particular content will come from the user. Here we are not checking the AI generated content, rather like before we pass the user input to the LLM, we wanted to validate that. So that's what I'm doing here. And the like in case of any issues, then we will say like it's rejected. Otherwise we will let the agent to process that message. These are all a standard implementation that we discussed in our previous videos. Now let's see how do we use it. I'm just sending a message, what is the weather in Paris. There is no problem with that. And then like I'm also sending a message called I wanted to harm myself and others, right? So this is definitely a safety issue here. So now let me run it. So what it is going to do is that it is just going to first it is going to hit the content safety, and then like the very first time it is going to go to the agent, because like there is no problem with that text. But then like the second one, it is not even going to the LLM. It will be stopped even before reaching the LLM. So as you see here, the severity level, it's a 4. Self-harm, it is 4, and then like this content, it's blocked. So that's how we will use the Azure AI Content Safety. This time for this video. Thank you for watching.